Hey everyone, Crystal here, and we are doing a hot process soap. I've not done a hot process in a while, so here we go. If you've seen my videos before, then you know the steps I take to make hot process soap. If you haven't watched any of my hot process videos, just go to my channel and just look for the title. It'll say if it's either hot process or cold process. So I'm just going to take you through the first step today, and that is blending our oils with our lye. My oils are at 180 degrees, and I have my lye with my sugar, the pure sugar cane, in with it. I'm going to go ahead and pour it in. I know I should have gloves on. And you know what? I forgot my sodium lactate. So let me add that. You can always add it later if you do forget it. It's not a big deal. It's supposed to go, it's supposed to go in your lye water, but sometimes I add it later. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, and a pinch to grow on. If you've ever heard that before. So, alright, so my sodium lactate and my lye is in there. I'm going to go ahead and add my cream to it as well. I'm not going to add my yogurt until the end of the cook. So, there goes my cream. So, let's get this stirred up. Thicker. I need to go ahead and get, hey Lisa, yeah, will you fill this up with water for me so I can put my stick blender in it? So that is good and mixed. It's not as thick as I usually get it, but I'm tired of blending that one. But it's good to go. It should be just fine. Get me some water to clean my stick blender off here, and let's put the lid. So once this comes, I don't know if I'm going to show you, hold on. I don't know if I'm going to show you the applesauce stage or what, but who is it? Nobody. Shoo, that just scared me. My screen door just opened by itself. Alright guys, so I'm going to bring you back in the next stage. Sometimes it takes only a few seconds, sometimes it takes a few minutes. So we'll bring you back, so hang tight. The next stage, and if you can see, it's bubbling up. So it's going through gel. So we're going to give it a spin, or what I call stir. Just going to stir it down so it doesn't boil up over the crock pot. It's in an applesauce-like consistency. See it? How it is? And hopefully you guys can see better now. I got my light on now. But, oops. Yeah, it's in an applesauce-like consistency. So, it's going to cook, and it's going to fold over on itself. And as it folds in over on itself, it's going to separate, and I'm just going to keep stirring it to bring it back. So the next stage after this, we're just going to let it cook for a little while. Let it do its thing. Keep stirring it. And then when it gets to like a medium mashed potato consistency, that's when I stick blend. So I'm going to go ahead and let this cook for a little while. And when it's time to stick blend, then I'll bring you back. So be right back, guys. Everybody, alright, so we are at like about a medium consistency. It's turned over on itself several times, and I've just stirred it out. So now we are going to take the stick blender and we are going to force it to volcano. And once it volcanoes, then it's going to get to like a really thick consistency. And then that's when we know it's done. It's not going to rise up anymore. It's not going to fold over on itself anymore. It's not going to volcano. That'll be the last step. So let's get this started. Oh, and have your spatula ready. You're going to notice it getting thicker. Alright, there's the volcano. So let's hurry up and get that stirred down. We don't want that to come up. And look how thick that is now. That's what we want. That's what we're looking for, is this thickiness. Listen to me. This thickness. You're going to see it change from like a medium loose mashed potato consistency to this really thick, ploppy mashed potatoes. See it? See how thick that is? And see how the color changed? How it's white and fluffy underneath, and it's kind of like a Vaseline looking on top. That is what we want. And all we need to do right now is just stir it. It just needs to be stirred. You need to keep stirring. Let me bring it. There we go. So all we need to do at this moment right now is just stir. I think I just said that. So, and here in a minute, we're going to let it cook for about maybe 10 more minutes after we stir it here. Oops, got some up on the side. And then we're going to put our super fats in. It is no longer going to rise up. It's no longer in trouble to volcano or anything like that. If you can see, I'll bring it up there. You can see the color change. See how it's that Vaseline looking? And it's still going, so we still need to stir it. And the more you stir, the thicker it's going to get. And I always like to go from the bottom up, so stir from the bottom to the top. I'm moving my crock pot around here. Actually, I think it's ready for the super fats. It don't need to cook anymore. Go around it, get all the soap from the edges. Alright, so let's add our super fats. And I super fat with shea butter, cocoa butter, and extra virgin first press cold press olive oil. That good stuff. So now that I've got that in there, I'm just going to stir my super fats in. They're my but my shea butter and my cocoa butter is good and hard. So we need to get it stirred in. And then once we get this stirred in, then I am going to put the lid back on it and let it continue to cook for maybe 10-15 more minutes. I'm still seeing chunks here. I just want to get it good and stirred in. If you can see the look of it now, it's definitely at a Vaseline state. If you can see that. So our super fats are good and in there. Let's make sure our spatula is knocked off. Make sure all the edges are down. I had my daughter stir this for me and she made a mess of it, like she always does. So we got the edges knocked down. Alright, now the lid back on it, let it cook 10-15 more minutes, and we'll bring you back. What I'm doing right now is I am just stirring my powders in. It's been about a good 15 minutes, I'd say. My super fats are good and melted. My crock pot is turned off. It's nice and it's Vaseline-y looking. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. Or unless these powders change the color of it. Let me go over here. But the powders I'm adding to it right now is just oatmeal, goat's milk, and kaolin clay. And I also need to add my yogurt, but I forgot to weigh it out, so I'll have to do that here in a minute. But I want to get it good and mixed in because I don't want any powders setting in the final product. Or I don't want any powders on the final product here. So we got to get it good and mixed in. I'm trying to anyway. The reason why I don't put the powders in when I first blend like I do in cold process is because it will turn the color of the soap, this mucky brown color, and then it's hard to color it after that. Oh, and the scent we're doing today is Beautiful Day, and it's by Bath & Body Works. And I absolutely adore this scent. It's one of my favorite scents to work with. So I'm just going to go ahead and get the yogurt. So in with our yogurt now. And this will also help cool it down so that the fragrance will stick to it too. And it'll help loosen it up as well. And the powders get good and mixed in. One of my subbies told me about this, and first time I did it, I tried the soap and I loved it. But you gotta make sure you get those powders mixed in too pretty good. And I still, looks like some super fat, or is that a powder? Oh, that's some super fat that's not melted. I thought it'd be all melted by now. As a matter of fact, I'm seeing a couple little lumps in here. I might stick blend this to try to get these little lumps out. Break my stick blender here, but I'm going to get my soap off the stick. Okay. There we go. That's better. And if I had some glycerin, I've actually ran out of glycerin, but if I had some, now would be the time I'd add it. So now I need to do my fragrance. I like using tapioca starch to anchor my scents. It works with essential oils. Oops, I spilled it. It works with essential oils, but it also works well with fragrance oils as well. So, in with my fragrance and get that good and stirred up. My crock pot has been turned off as soon as I put my super fats in it. Actually, I turned it off. Oh my gosh, it smells so good, guys. I wish you guys could smell this. I love this fragrance. I adore this fragrance. It's one of my all-time favorites. I found it when I first started making candles. That just smells so good. But, let's get that good and incorporated here. And then I'm going to go get my ladle. It looks good. Go around the edges. I'm going to go get my ladle and start putting it into the containers. And I have, let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 colors today. I need to put that back there. I'm going to do like a mossy dark green and a yellow, a blue, and a white. And these are all mainly going to be about the same in each one, so I need to kind of separate them out evenly here. And I'm going to do gosh, I can't think. A hanger swirl. And I got my 2 little 2.5 pound things that I'm going to be using. I try to get most of it with my ladle, and then I get the rest with the spatula. I'm getting soap everywhere. Oh, my sleeve on my arm keeps wanting to go up. I think this one will work better. Okay. So, let me grab some spatulas here. Matter of fact, just so I can work a little bit easier, I'm going to move this. There we go. So, let's see, in with our blue. And my eczema on my arm looks awful right now. That's why I'm wearing long sleeves. I get embarrassed by it, but there's nothing to be embarrassed by it. It just looks like a rash. Just sometimes it's worse than others. And I know it wouldn't be so bad if I didn't dig at it while I slept. I try not to itch it while I'm up and awake. But when I sleep, that's another story. So there's a pretty blue. And I love this green that I've got going here. And it's like a, I don't know, it's a really, really pretty mossy green looking kind of color. And I added some activated charcoal to it to darken it up just a little bit. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? And you always go from the bottom up. Try to get all of the soap in it. Okay. Now for my white. That looks good. And now my yellow. I thought these colors would go perfect with the theme of the scent, because the way it smells, it smells so good. It just reminds you of a beautiful day, actually. So these are the colors I thought of when I first got the did the scent. Okay, so there's all my colors. There's some hard soap. Let's get them into the molds. And I got my 2 molds here. And in this one, I'm going to start with the green. If I can get the soap off the spatula here. And then this one, I'm going to start with the blue. Getting it everywhere. And let's add some yellow. And then some white. And the one I started with the green, I'm going to put the blue on top. And the one I started with the blue, I'm going to put the green on top. And then we're going to take my little handmade hanger tool, and we're gonna make it look pretty. Alright, this one was the green, so the blue was gonna go first. It looks like it's dried up on me a little bit, so I need to hurry up and get my, if it'll even do it. Come on, get in there. Let's hurry up and get this green in there before it dries out like the blue did. And I'm making a mess. And it's hot. That's a little bit too hard. So I'm trying to get this in here as best as I can. Smack it down, fill those corners. And then what I like to do is just take my spatula and kind of chop it. It gives it a rustic look a little bit. I like the way it turns out. Get in there. And then this one. Make sure they're all in there. And that is it, guys. This one hardened up on me a little bit fast. Try to get my corners in there. But that's it. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in the freezer. And then we should be able to cut it tonight. So this was a beautiful day. I'm hoping that my colors turn out okay. They were a little hard when I went to go swirl it, so I'm hoping they swirled. But that's it until later, guys, so watch out for the cut. It's Crystal here, and we're back, and we are already back to cut our soap. Here's the first one. This one's the one with the blue on the bottom, and then we've got the one with the green. This is the thing I love about hot process. I just made these about noonish today, and it's about 5:30 and get cooked supper, and they're already ready to cut. So that's the one good thing I really like about hot process, is it's able to cut right away. Let's go ahead and get an end piece. Ooh, that's gonna look neat, guys. Look at that. Oh wow, I like that. There's the top. Oops, and the other side. I really like that swirl. I like that dark green in there. It actually does really nice with the yellow and the blue. I really like that. So it turned out good. I was happy. Well, I am happy, I mean. Think it turned out pretty cool looking. I love the hanger tool. That little tool is so nifty. Now that one is a crooked cut. That's going to be probably our piece. Ooh, I like that side though. So here's the one with the green. Let's go ahead and get an end piece. Now this is the one that's going to have the blue in the middle. It's showing up a little bit. There we go. There's a little bit more of it. Looks like the other one got more of the green in the middle. Oh, that side's got some blue. There's the top.
Walking you around in handcuffs. Stop.
Yeah, so I like this. It smells really good. Smells awesome, matter of fact. Last piece. Alright guys, so that was Beautiful Day. Everything turned, ooh, look at that though, the very end piece. Turned out awesome. That's the thing I like about hot process is you're able to cut it within hours, especially if you freeze it. Alright guys, if you like this video, please do subscribe and hit the like button. And of course comment. Love it when y'all comment. I'm not going to make any more soaps today, I don't think. I might make one tomorrow, but wanted to get this one done. So until the next video guys, bye bye.